Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has moved up a little bit further today. Not a new high though, not a new high actually, but we've seen a reaction to the trend line earlier today, and then Bitcoin is slowly moving higher. So this is just a look at the intraday patterns and another look at Bitcoin dominance as well that we saw in the previous video today. Not sure if you watched it. We saw it decline already, okay? So it was possibly a start of a local downtrend. Well, we see that today with coins like Mana shooting up 20%, QNT 40%, AVAX 6%, VeChain 17%. So it's the market is out of control, but that's exactly what we expect in an altcoin rally, which we still had on the radar for many charts, yeah. And you get in these small altcoin seasons, and maybe this is the proper altcoin season, but in these altcoin seasons, I mention it all the time, it can happen in weeks, you know. Don't expect an altcoin season to be like 4 to 5 months. No, it can happen in a couple of months, maybe 4 weeks. That could be it. So just be aware of that. I mean, but yeah, there were a lot of dips, and there will be further dips, and just always understand the relevant risk levels. Now, what can I say about Bitcoin? It hasn't really moved much since the last update, but the pullback, and when the market hit the trend line here, that was a 3-wave pullback. So really just a corrective pullback, yeah, which leaves the door open for higher, which is good. Further confirmation that we have actually bottomed locally here, and that we're going higher to 95k for one more high in this possible 5th wave of wave C of a larger 3rd wave. This is pretty much, by the way, the move that started down here on the 4th of November. Well, we need a break above 91,960. And I think a move above that level could send us to the next FIB level at 95,087, possibly even the next one above at 97,358. I don't mind Bitcoin going sideways for a bit. I really don't. Even if the trend line breaks to the downside, I mean, it doesn't mean that it's crashing down. If Bitcoin moves sideways, and I see this as a range, okay, so we have here those FIB levels as upper range boundaries, and then down here the 85k level, and then some supports like these trend lines. But honestly, I see it as a range, and the market could do this and nothing would change, right? And I don't mind Bitcoin could do that for a little while, because the altcoins definitely profit from that. You can see that Bitcoin is consolidating at a very high level, just again below all-time high territory. There hasn't been any impulsive, let's say, pullback or impulsive rejection from resistance, and resistance levels, you see them on the chart. 91,960 is the next one. And unless we get like any 5-wave move down or a break below 85k, I think the door remains open for higher prices in a direct upside continuation pattern. But what I would like to see is another 4-5 pattern, and that could be 4-5, or, so that's just here the smaller 4-5, or a larger 4-5. And if it's the blue count, another 4-5 pattern could happen afterwards, which could send us up to around about 130k. I mean, this is the short-term chart. I don't have all the patterns on here, but that's what we discuss typically in the daily chart updates, yeah? So we did that previously, I think yesterday, last time, yeah? So overall, there isn't much you can say here. Micro counting doesn't make any sense. I mean, surely this internal 5th wave could be a diagonal. I mean, I could put a micro count on here. I'm not sure if it's really useful, but that might be a 1, 2, A, B, 3, 4, 5. Best I can tell, but that's not predictive as such. And then the nearest support would be the last swing low here at 87,830. So this is how it could extend higher. Let's shift the FIBs to the right and have another look at Bitcoin dominance. Because this has moved a bit, right? So we saw that dip already earlier today. It hasn't moved much lower since then, but I think we were still above the trend line earlier today. And yeah, I mean, it's moving above the last swing low still, so we have no confirmation for a major top yet. But you see the movement we can get with just a little bit of a dip in Bitcoin dominance. I mean, it's not much, right? So it's interesting. A lot of the coins they have to catch up at some point. Some of them at least to a degree, but we don't see much of a dip in Bitcoin dominance. I mean, I don't assume that like all altcoins are gonna rally, but many of them. Be picky about them. Understand the risk levels for them. So you see how what kind of effect it can have on all of my watch list is green. So that's everything about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.